Nottingham Open quarterfinals. And two commentary matches of two of the quarterfinals playing in this tournament today. The first of them, Leila Fernandez v Diana Yastremska, the two players just having a pre-match hit. And then the other quarterfinals, commentary after that is Magda Linette rather v Clara Tauson. So the match starting, Diana Yastremska with the first service game of the match. Diana Yastremska with a centre of the box serve, Leila Fernandez backhand turn centre, and Diana Yastremska hits a forehand with a bit on it just out, so love 15. Diana Yastremska, central serve behind it, Leila Fernandez backhand turns left, and Diana Yastremska then strikes a forehand to the right with a bit on it. Leila Fernandez a bit of backhand to it, but a bit on the forehand, struck to the right from Diana Yastremska, so 15 all. Diana Yastremska with a wide serve just out, so second serve for Diana Yastremska on this point. Diana Yastremska with a serve centre to wide, backhand turn, Leila Fernandez left, and Diana Yastremska strikes wide serve, Bennett forehand a bit on left from Leila Fernandez, but then Diana Yastremska then strikes a forehand short angled shot to the right, and it's a winner, so 30-15. Diana Yastremska with a serve. Oh. Yep, with a wide serve just out. So second serve for Diana Yastremska on this point. Diana Yastremska with a serve. Centre the box, and Leila Fernandez then strikes a forehand return to the right with a bit on it. And it's just out, so 40-15. Diana Yastremska with a central serve bit on it, just out, so second serve for Diana Yastremska on this point. Diana Yastremska with a serve centre of the box, then Leila Fernandez with a backhand return to the centre, then Diana Yastremska with a backhand after that, just hits the net, so 40-30. Diana Yastremska with a Diana Yastremska with a serve, and it's an ace to hold the first service game match, and a wide serve from Diana Yastremska on that point, and an ace to hold serve after the first game of the match. So Leila Fernandez serving. Leila Fernandez rather have served to the centre of the box with a bit on it, and Diana Yastremska strikes a forehand return to the right, just hits the net. So 15-love. Leila Fernandez with a centre of the box serve, centre to wide serve, maybe rather, just hits the net. So second serve for Leila Fernandez on this point. Leila Fernandez with a serve centre to wide, hits top of net a bit. So second serve on this point for Leila Fernandez. Leila Fernandez with a serve to the centre box with a bit on it, and Diana Yastremska with a backhand return struck to the left, just hits the net. So 30-love. So 30-all on this Leila Fernandez service game. Leila Fernandez with a serve to the centre of the box, bit on it. Diana Yastremska returns with a bit on it, and then Leila Fernandez strikes a backhand, but just hits the net. So 30-40 and a break point for Diana Yastremska. Diana Yastremska with the first break point in the match. Leda Fernandez with a wide serve, just hits the net. So second serve for Leda Fernandez on this point. And Leda Fernandez with a wide serve for a bit on it, and then Diana Yastremska with a backhand return to the left, just hits over serve, just out. So Diana Yastremska then with the break in the first set with the serve just out. So Diana Yastremska with the break in the first set after having the first break point in the match, and then breaking serve. So Diana Yastremska with the breaker serve in the first set. Diana Yastremska serve. Leda Fernandez turns to centre Bennett, and Diana Yastremska strikes one to right Bennett. Leda Fernandez turns and backhand. Diana Yastremska backhand slice. Leda Fernandez. Diana Yastremska strikes with backhand serve Bennett. Leda Fernandez turns to Yastremska. Forehand to the left, and Leda Fernandez to angle backhand to the right, just out. So 15 love. Diana Yastremska with a serve. Essentially, Leda Fernandez backhand return bit on it, and Diana Yastremska strikes forehand a bit on itself, and Leda Fernandez turns a bit on it, and then after two shots also from the two players, Yastremska forehand to right, and Leda Fernandez strikes forehand to the left or a bit on it. Diana Yastremska returns, and then it's just over net, and then just by the net, Leda Fernandez strikes a short angled forehand to left from just by the net, and it's a winner. So 15 all. Diana Yastremska with a wide serve with a bit on it, then Leda Fernandez a backhand slice return, just hits the net. So 30-15. Diana Yastremska, and Diana Yastremska with a serve centre to wide. Leda Fernandez strikes forehand to the centre, a bit on the return, and Diana Yastremska shot a bit on the return after 1 to 2 shots or so from two players. Diana Yastremska with a drop shot to the right. Leda Fernandez returns, and then Diana Yastremska was shot, and then Leda Fernandez then with a backhand to the left, just out. So 30-15. Well, Diana Yastremska backhand drop shot right. Leda Fernandez onto it, a forehand shot, just hit the top of the net and over. Then Diana Yastremska with a volley shot to the left, and then Leda Fernandez with a backhand return to the left, just out. So 40-15 rather, 40-15. Diana Yastremska with a central serve, Leda Fernandez forehand block return to centre, then Diana Yastremska then strikes a backhand to the left, just out. So 40-30. Diana Yastremska with a central serve, Leda Fernandez backhand return to centre, then Diana Yastremska strikes a forehand to the right, but just hits the net. After a bit on the return from Leda Fernandez. Diana Yastremska with a wide serve. It's top of net a bit, so let first serve for Diana Yastremska on this point. Diana Yastremska with a serve to the centre and a good central serve, and it's an ace. So a point for Diana Yastremska to potentially hold serve and maintain the break in this first set. Diana Yastremska with a centre of the box serve. Fernandez strikes a backhand return beyond its left, and Diana Yastremska backhand to left, and Leyla Fernandez return to the centre just out. So Diana Yastremska holds serve and maintains the break in the first set. So Leyla Fernandez serving. Diana Yastremska just won a point, so love 15. Leyla Fernandez with a serve with a bit on it, and then Diana Yastremska with a backhand slice return just hits the net, so 15 all. Leyla Fernandez with a centre of the box serve, Diana Yastremska backhand return to the left with a bit on it, but just out after a bit on the serve from Leyla Fernandez, so 30-15. Leyla Fernandez with a centre of the box serve, Diana Yastremska bit on the return to the right, and Leyla Fernandez with a shot, and then Diana Yastremska a bit further forward, strikes a backhand to the left, but just hits the net, so 40-15. Leyla Fernandez with a Layla Fernandez with a centre to wide serve, then Diana Yastremska then strikes a forehand return to the left. Bit on it, but just out. So that service game is held. So Diana Yastremska serving with a break in the first set. Diana Yastremska with a centre of the box serve, and then Layla Fernandez with a forehand return to the right. Diana Yastremska with a shot a bit on it to the left, and then Layla Fernandez with a forehand to the left, just out. So 15-love. Diana Yastremska with a central serve bit on it. Layla Fernandez backhand block return to the right bit on it. Then Diana Yastremska with a shot to the right bit on it. Then Layla Fernandez with a backhand shot return to the right, just out. So 30-love. Diana Yastremska with a serve to the centre. Layla Fernandez forehand return to the centre after a bit on the serve from Diana Yastremska. The return from Layla Fernandez from the forehand just out. So 40-love. Diana Yastremska with a serve. Wide serve, just hits the net. So second serve for Diana Yastremska on this point. And Diana Yastremska with a serve to the centre. Layla Fernandez with return to the centre, bit on it, and Diana Yastremska forehand to left, bit on it. Layla Fernandez forehand return, and Diana Yastremska with a shot to the right with a bit on it. Layla Fernandez with backhand slice return out. So Diana Yastremska holds serve and maintains the break in the first set. Layla Fernandez serving. Layla Fernandez with a central serve on it. Diana Yastremska backhand turn, backhand to backhand. Diana Yastremska strikes a forehand to right on it. Layla Fernandez forehand slice turn, Diana Yastremska further forward, strikes a forehand to the left with a bit on it. Then Diana Yastremska at net, and Layla Fernandez with backhand passing shot to the left out. So love 15. Layla Fernandez with a wide serve, and Diana Yastremska backhand turn. Lena Fernandez in third forward strikes a forehand to the right, and it's the winner. So 15-all. Lena Fernandez a lefty, and Diana Yastremska a righty. Leyla Fernandez serving this game. 15-all. Leyla Fernandez with a wide serve. Bit on it, and then Diana Yastremska with a forehand return. Just hits the net, so 30-15. Leyla Fernandez with a serve. Leyla Fernandez with a central serve, just hits net, so second serve for Leyla Fernandez on this point. Leyla Fernandez with a centre to wide serve. Diana Yastremska returns, and Leyla Fernandez strikes backhand to left for a bit on it. Diana Yastremska returns a bit on it, and Leyla Fernandez shot a bit on it. And forehand bit on it from Diana Yastremska, but then Leyla Fernandez and strikes a forehand to left for a bit on it, and it's a winner. So 40-15. Leyla Fernandez with a centre of the box serve with a bit on it, and Diana Yastremska with a backhand return out after a bit on the central serve from Leyla Fernandez, and holds that service game. Diana Yastremska serving next game with a break in the first set. Diana Yastremska centre wide serve, Leyla Fernandez backhand return centre, and Diana Yastremska strikes a forehand to centre. Leyla Fernandez turns after two shots from two players. Leyla Fernandez with backhand to the right, and then Diana Yastremska strikes forehand to the right, but just hits the net. So love 15. Diana Yastremska with a wide serve, just hits the net. So second serve for Diana Yastremska on this point. Diana Yastremska with a wide serve hits the net. So love 30. Diana Yastremska with a serve to the centre box. Leyla Fernandez strikes the backhand turn centre bit, and then Diana Yastremska strikes the backhand step, and Leyla Fernandez turns, and then Diana Yastremska strikes a backhand to the left with a bit on it, and it's a winner. So 15-30 to ball striking players. These two, the righty of Diana Yastremska rather, and the lefty of Leyla Fernandez. Diana Yastremska serving with a break in the first set, but it's 15-30. Diana Yastremska with a central serve. Leyla Fernandez backhand return to the centre, and Diana Yastremska strikes a forehand to the left with a bit on it, and it's the winner. So 30-all. So Diana Yastremska with a serve to the centre, just out. So second serve for Diana Yastremska on this point. Diana Yastremska with a serve to the centre of the box, and then later Fernandez strikes a backhand turns left for a bit on it, and then Diana Yastremska with backhand to the centre, just hits the net, so 30-40, and a break point for Leyla Fernandez. First break point for Leyla Fernandez in this one. The one break point in this match. Diana Yastremska had that break point to have the break in the first set, but Leyla Fernandez for a break point, and this Diana Yastremska service guy. Yastremska with a wide serve, just hits the net. So second serve for Diana Yastremska on this point. Diana Yastremska with a serve to the centre box, and then Leyla Fernandez strikes a forehand return to the left with a bit on it, and it's just out. So break point saved for Diana Yastremska. Diana Yastremska with a central serve, just hits the net. So second serve for Diana Yastremska on this point. And Diana Yastremska with a serve wide. Leyla Fernandez backhand return, and then Diana Yastremska strikes a backhand, forehand rather, to the right, and just hits the net. So break point for Leyla Fernandez. Forehand from Diana Yastremska, struck to the right, just hit the net. Diana Yastremska, central serve, Leyla Fernandez backhand returns to left rebellion, Diana Yastremska backhand to left, and Leyla Fernandez returns, and it's just out, so another break point saved for Diana Yastremska. Diana Yastremska with a wide serve, just out, so second serve for Diana Yastremska on this point. Diana Yastremska with a serve wide serve, just out, so another break point for Leyla Fernandez. Diana Yastremska with a wide serve, just hits the net, so second serve for Diana Yastremska on this point. Diana Yastremska with a central box serve, Leyla Fernandez, and strikes a forehand return to the right, just hits the net, so another break point saved for Diana Yastremska. Bit of backhand to the ball rather from Leyla Fernandez, but a bit on the wide serve from Diana Yastremska, so a point for Diana Yastremska to potentially hold serve and maintain the break in the first set. Diana Yastremska with a wide serve, hit top of net a bit, so let first serve for Diana Yastremska on this point. Diana Yastremska with a central serve, bit on it. Leyla Fernandez backhand slice return, just hits the net after a bit on the central serve from Diana Yastremska. And Diana Yastremska holds that service game and maintains the break in the first set. So Leyla Fernandez serving. This next game, Leyla Fernandez with a central serve. Diana Yastremska backhand return, struck to the right with a bit on that. And it's in. Bit of a shot. Well, bit of backhand ball from Leyla Fernandez, but a bit on the return from Diana Yastremska. So love 15. Leyla Fernandez with a serve to the centre, a bit on it, but just out. So second serve for Leyla Fernandez on this point. Leyla Fernandez with a serve centre to wide, and then Diana Yastremska strikes a backhand return to the right, just hits the net. So 15 all. Bit on that serve from Leyla Fernandez. Leyla Fernandez with a centre of the box serve, and then Diana Yastremska strikes a forehand return to the left. Out, so 30-15. Bit on the centre of the box serve from Leyla Fernandez on that point. Leyla Fernandez with a serve, wide serve with a bit on it, and then Diana Yastremska with a backhand return to the right just hits the net, so 40-15. Leyla Fernandez with a centre of the box serve. Diana Yastremska forehand return to the centre, just out. So that service game is held for Leyla Fernandez. Diana Yastremska serving the next game with a break. 5-3 Diana Yastremska rather in this first set. Serving for the set, Diana Yastremska, 5-3 in the first set. Diana Yastremska with a central serve, and it's an ace, so 15 love. Diana Yastremska with a central box serve out, so second serve for Diana Yastremska on this point. Diana Yastremska with a central serve, Leyla Fernandez backhand return to the centre, just out, so 30 love. Diana Yastremska with a central serve, bit on it, and then Leyla Fernandez with a forehand return to the centre, just hits the net, so 40 love. And 3 set points for Diana Yastremska to potentially have this match at 1 set to love. 3 set points for Diana Yastremska, 40 love. Diana Yastremska with a wide serve, just hits the net, so second serve for Diana Yastremska on this point. Diana Yastremska with a serve centre to wide. Leyla Fernandez returns centre. Diana Yastremska then returns a bit on its centre. Leyla Fernandez and strikes a backhand to the right, just hits the net. Game and first set. Diana Yastremska 6-3. Leila Fernandez with a central serve bit on it, just out. So second serve for Leila Fernandez on this point, 40-15, the first game of the second set. Leila Fernandez serving. Leila Fernandez with a centre of the box serve. Diana Yastremska forehand block turn. Leila Fernandez forehand to the right stroke, and then Diana Yastremska strikes forehand to the right with a bit on it, and then Leila Fernandez for forehand return just hits the net. So 40-30. Leila Fernandez with a central serve. Diana Yastremska backhand turn. Leila Fernandez shot, and Diana Yastremska forehand to the centre a bit on it, but just out. So Leila Fernandez holds serve at the in the first game of the second set. Diana Yastremska serving, central serve just out, so second serve for Diana Yastremska on this point. Diana Yastremska with a wide serve, and then Fernandez backhand return, backhand to backhand, and Diana Yastremska strikes a backhand to the right with a bit on it, and it's a winner, so 15-love. Diana Yastremska with a central serve, and then backhand to backhand. Diana Yastremska's backhand structure right behind Leila Fernandez returns, and Diana Yastremska further forward strikes right to right, and then Leila Fernandez a backhand lob shot to the right bit on it, and it's in. And Diana Yastremska then with a backhand slice just hits the net, so 15-all. Diana Yastremska with a central serve just out, so second serve for Diana Yastremska on this point. Diana Yastremska with a centre box serve. Leila Fernandez backhand turn bit on it, then forehand, then Diana Yastremska strikes a backhand to right bit on it. Leila Fernandez backhand centre, Diana Yastremska strikes a forehand to left for a bit on it, and then Leila Fernandez with a forehand to the left just out. So 30-15. Diana Yastremska with a central serve, Leila Fernandez backhand side turns there from Diana Yastremska, strikes a forehand to the right, Leila Fernandez turns, and it's just over net and further forward. Diana Yastremska with a backhand slice to the net, to the left rather, and then to the net, and then Leila Fernandez and hits a forehand passing shot to the left, and it's a winner. Forehand passing shot winner to the left from Leila Fernandez. So 30-all. Diana Yastremska with a wide serve bit on it, and then backhand to backhand. backhand a bit on it, strokes left, Diane Yastremska, Leyla Fernandez turns, and Diane Yastremska then backhand to left, stroke with a bit on it. And Leyla Fernandez turns, forehand strokes to the right bit on from Diane Yastremska, Leyla Fernandez turns, and Diane Yastremska with a shot to the right bit on it. Leyla Fernandez turns, and then a bit of a forehand slice shot to the right from Diane Yastremska, and Leyla Fernandez forward onto it with a backhand slice, just hits the net. So 40-30. Diane Yastremska with a serve to the centre, a bit on it, and then Leyla Fernandez with a bit of backhand on ball, but a bit on that central serve from Diane Yastremska, and holds serve. So on serve at the start of the second set. So Leyla Fernandez serving on serve at the start of the second set. Leyla Fernandez with a central of the box serve on it. Diane Yastremska turn beyond Leyla Fernandez backhand, and then Diane Yastremska strikes one to left beyond Leyla Fernandez turns, and then Diane Yastremska strikes another forehand to left with a bit on it, but just out. So 15 love. Leyla Fernandez with a serve to the centre of the box, just out. So second serve for Leyla Fernandez on this point. Leyla Fernandez with a serve. Leyla Fernandez with a centre of the box serve, and Diane Yastremska with a backhand return to the right, just hits net after a bit on that serve from Leyla Fernandez. So 30 love. Leyla Fernandez with a serve to the centre of the box, just hits net. So second serve for Leyla Fernandez on this point. Leyla Fernandez with a serve to the centre, and Diane Yastremska then strikes a backhand return to the right with a bit on it, and it's a backhand return winner ace. So 30-15. Leyla Fernandez with a central serve just out, so second serve for Leyla Fernandez on this point. Leyla Fernandez with a serve to the central box, and Diane Yastremska strikes one, returns left field, and Leyla Fernandez shot, and Diane Yastremska shot, and backhand to backhand, and a bit on the backhand to the centre from Diane Yastremska on that shot, and Leyla Fernandez bit of forehand to ball, but Diane Yastremska with a bit on that backhand to the centre, and it's 30 all. Leyla Fernandez with a central serve. Diane Yastremska backhand turn centre beyond Leyla Fernandez shot, and Diane Yastremska strikes one to right bit. Leyla Fernandez turns, and Diane Yastremska strikes back into the centre, a bit on it. Then Leyla Fernandez returns with a shot with a bit on it to the centre, and Diane Yastremska with a shot out after that. So 40-30. Leyla Fernandez with a Leyla Fernandez with a central serve and then Diana Yastremska with a forehand return struck to left, just hits the net. So on serve at the start of the second set. This Ukrainian for, like, is this the broadcast for Fernandez v Yastremska? It's a commentary channel. I'll just, yeah, it's a commentary channel. Diana Yastremska serving this next game on serve in the second set. Diana Yastremska with a central serve, just hits net. So second serve for Diana Yastremska on this point. Diana Yastremska with a centre of the box serve. Leyla Fernandez strikes one to the right bit on it, and Diana Yastremska finds centre. Leyla Fernandez strikes one to the right bit, and Diana Yastremska forehand returns right, and Leyla Fernandez further forward. Forehand drop shot to the left, and it's a winner. So love 15. Diana Yastremska with a centre of the box serve just out, so second serve on this point for Diana Yastremska. Diana Yastremska with a central serve, and then Leyla Fernandez strikes a backhand, turns to left beyond it. Diana Yastremska turns the backhand drop shot to left from Leyla Fernandez, just hits the net, so 15-all. Diana Yastremska central serve, then Leyla Fernandez with a return to the centre, struck, but just out, so 30-15. Diana Yastremska with a central serve on it. Leyla Fernandez backhand block return to centre, a bit on it, but just out, so 40-15. Bit on that serve from Diana Yastremska. Diana Yastremska with serve, and Leyla Fernandez turns, and Diana Yastremska forehand to the centre, just out. After a bit on the return from Leyla Fernandez, so 40-30. Diana Yastremska with a central serve. Leyla Fernandez backhand turns left beyond, and Diana Yastremska strikes a backhand to the left, just out. After a bit on the backhand return to the left from Leyla Fernandez on that point. Diana Yastremska with a serve, just it's soften it a bit, so let first serve for Diana Yastremska on this point. Diana Yastremska with a wide serve, just out, so second serve for Diana Yastremska on this point. Diana Yastremska, centre of the box serve, Lena Fernandez strikes one, return to the right with a bit on it. And then Diana Yastremska forehand to the right out, and it's a break point for Leyla Fernandez. Diana Yastremska with a centre to wide serve, just hits the net, so second serve for Diana Yastremska on this point. Leyla Fernandez strikes the forehand to the left, just hits the net, so Diana Yastremska saves that break point. Diana Yastremska with a central serve, just hits the net, so second serve on this point for Diana Yastremska. Diana Yastremska with a serve centre to wide, and Leyla Fernandez chances a bit on it, and Diana Yastremska then strikes a backhand to the right with a bit on it, and it's a winner, so potentially a point for Diana Yastremska to hold this service game. Diana Yastremska with a central serve, and then backhand to backhand, and then Leyla Fernandez backhand to the centre, a bit on it. Diana Yastremska forehand turns right, and Leyla Fernandez forehand to the left, a bit on it, and Diana Yastremska strikes the shot to the left, a bit on it. Leyla Fernandez turns in the forehand to the left, a bit on it from Diana Yastremska, and then Leyla Fernandez returns, but just out. So 2-2 on serve in the second set. Leyla Fernandez serving. Leyla Fernandez with a central serve, so serve to centre, but just hits the net. So second serve for Leyla Fernandez on this point, and Leyla Fernandez with a central serve, and Diana Yastremska strikes a backhand to left, and a bit on that return, and Leyla Fernandez with a backhand after that just hits the net. So love 15. Leyla Fernandez with a central serve, bit on that. Diana Yastremska a bit of forehand to it, but bit on that central serve from Leyla Fernandez. So 15-all. Leyla Fernandez with a serve centre to wide, just hits the net, so second serve for Leyla Fernandez on this point. Leyla Fernandez with a centre of the box serve, then Diana Yastremska's forehand return to the right is out, so 30-15. Leyla Fernandez with a Centre to wide serve on it. Diana Yastremska returns and Lena Fernandez and strikes a backhand to the right with a bit on it. And Diana Yastremska beforehand return just hits the net. So 40-15. Lena Fernandez with a serve to the centre of it. Diana Yastremska backhand returns left and Lena Fernandez strikes the backhand left on it. Diana Yastremska returns the shots left and Lena Fernandez says backhand Yastremska forehand Fernandez. Then Diana Yastremska backhand side shot to the left. But Lena Fernandez further forward onto it and strikes a backhand to the right and it's a winner. So on serve in the second set. So on serve. So on serve in the second set. Diana Yastremska serving this next game. Diana Yastremska with a central serve and Lena Fernandez from central right. Diana Yastremska strikes a backhand serve beyond it. Lena Fernandez turns and Diana Yastremska third forward strikes a forehand to the left. And it's a winner. So 15-love. Diana Yastremska with a wide serve and it's an ace. So 30-love. Four face the match from serves from Diana Yastremska. Diana Yastremska with a central serve and it's an ace. And that's ace number 5 in this match for Diana Yastremska. All 5 aces from serves in the match, all from Diana Yastremska. And 40-love on this Diana Yastremska service game on serve in the second set. Diana Yastremska with a wide serve. This one just out, so second serve on this point for Diana Yastremska. Diana Yastremska with a serve. Lena Fernandez returns with a forehand to the left with a bit on it, then Diana Yastremska with a forehand to the right just out, so 40-15. Diana Yastremska with a serve and Lena Fernandez strikes a backhand and turns to the right, bit on it. Then Diana Yastremska's backhand side turns to the left after that is out, so 40-30. After a bit struck on the return from Lena Fernandez on that point. Diana Yastremska with a central serve just out, so second serve for Diana Yastremska on this point. Diana Yastremska with a serve to the centre, and then backhand to backhand, and then Leyla Fernandez backhand to the right with a bit on it. Diana Yastremska strikes the backhand to the left, a bit on it, and Leyla Fernandez with a forehand to the centre, just out. So 3-all on serve in the second set. Leyla Fernandez with a central serve, Diana Yastremska returns centre, Leyla Fernandez shot, and Diana Yastremska forward, bit on its centre, and Leyla Fernandez turns the bit on its centre. And then after a shot or so from two players, Leyla Fernandez strikes a forehand to the right with a bit on it, but just out, so love 15. Leyla Fernandez with a centre to wide serve. And then Diana Yastremska with a return with a bit on it, and Leyla Fernandez with a backhand struck to the right with a bit off, returning that Leyla Fernandez serve, and then Leyla Fernandez with a backhand block shot after that, just hits the net. So ball just hits the net after that, rather. So love 30 after a bit on the backhand. Struck to the right from Diana Yastremska off returning that Leyla Fernandez serve. Leyla Fernandez a wide serve bit on it, when Diana Yastremska strikes a forehand return to left, hits the top of the net, and then over the net, but just out. So 15-30. Leyla Fernandez with a central serve, and it's an ace, so 30-all. And that may be Leyla Fernandez's first ace of the match from serves. Leyla Fernandez with a serve. Oh. Leyla Fernandez with a wide serve, just hits the net, so second serve for Leyla Fernandez on this point. Leyla Fernandez with a centre of the box serve, and Diana Yastremska with backhand turn centre beyond it. Leyla Fernandez turns, and Diana Yastremska backhand to left beyond it, and Leyla Fernandez with shots left beyond it. Diana Yastremska lob shot return to the right after that is just out, so 40-30. Leyla Fernandez with a centre to wide serve bit on it, and Diana Yastremska with backhand return to the right, out, so on serve in the second set. So Diana Yastremska serving this next game. And Leila Fernandez just won a point, so love 15. Diana Yastremska with a central serve. Leila Fernandez backhand turn central beyond it, then Diana Yastremska strikes backhand left beyond it. Leila Fernandez backhand slice turn, and Diana Yastremska further forward strikes a backhand to the right with a bit on it, and it's a winner. So 15 all. Diana Yastremska serve beyond it. Leila Fernandez turn central beyond it. Diana Yastremska strikes a forehand to left with a bit on it, and it's a winner. So 30-15. Diana Yastremska with a wide serve just out, so second serve for Diana Yastremska on this point. Diana Yastremska with a wide serve. Leila Fernandez strikes forehand, returns to the left with a bit on it, and then Diana Yastremska backhand to the left just out, so 30 all. Diana Yastremska with a wide serve just out, so second serve for Diana Yastremska on this point, and Diana Yastremska with a serve to the centre box, and Leila Fernandez strikes forward, returns to the right bit, and Diana Yastremska forward to right, and Leila Fernandez then further forward strikes a forehand to the left, just hits the net. So 40-30. Diana Yastremska with a serve to the centre out, so second serve for Diana Yastremska on this point. Diana Yastremska with a serve to the centre of the box, just hits the net. Diana Yastremska with a serve to the centre box. Leila Fernandez strikes back up, turns to the left, a bit on it. Then Diana Yastremska with backhand. After that, just hits the net after a bit on the backhand. Returns, struck to the left from Leila Fernandez, and it's a break point for Leila Fernandez. Diana Yastremska with a wide serve, just hits the net. So second serve for Diana Yastremska on this point. And Diana Yastremska with a serve. Then Leila Fernandez strikes forehand to the right bit on it. But then Diana Yastremska returns that with a forehand, a bit angled, struck to the left, and a winner with that. So, and that's a good forehand winner from Diana Yastremska on that point to save break point. Diana Yastremska with a wide serve, just hits the net. So second serve for Diana Yastremska on this point. Diana Yastremska with a central serve. Leila Fernandez forehand return centre. Diana Yastremska strikes forehand to right beyond it, and Leila Fernandez with a forehand shot return, just hits the net. After a bit on the forehand, struck to the right from Diana Yastremska, so a point to potentially hold serve maybe. And potentially still have this second set on serve. Diana Yastremska with a wide serve, hits the top of that a bit, then just out. So second serve for Diana Yastremska on this point. And Diana Yastremska with a Diana Yastremska with a serve. Centres wide, Lady Fernandez strikes one, returns left on it, and then backhand to backhand, and Diana Yastremska forehand with a bit on it, strikes right, and Lady Fernandez turns to central on it, and after to two shots or so from the players, Diana Yastremska then strikes a backhand left on it, Lady Fernandez a backhand slice turn to the left, and then Diana Yastremska with a shot just out. Diana Yastremska with a serve to the central, a bit on it, and Leyla Flanders a bit of forehand to ball, but a bit on the central serve from Diana Yastremska, and Diana Yastremska with a point to potentially maybe hold the service game and still have this second set on serve. Diana Yastremska with a central serve, Leyla Flanders strikes a backhand return, bit on its left, and Diana Yastremska with a backhand to the left after that, just hits the net. Diana Yastremska with a central serve, Leyla Flanders forehand returns right, Diana Yastremska strikes front right, belt, Leyla Flanders forehand side stands left on Diana Yastremska strikes shots left on it, and Leyla Flanders turns in Diana Yastremska with a backhand side shot to the left, just hits the net, so break point for Leyla Fernandez. Diana Yastremska with a central serve and a bit on it, and Leyla Fernandez' backhand block return to the right is just out, so break point saved for Diana Yastremska. Diana Yastremska with a centre wide serve, Leyla Fernandez with backhand return, struck to the right belt, Diana Yastremska forehand to the right belt, then Leyla Fernandez with a forehand to the right after that just out, so a point for Diana Yastremska to maybe potentially hold the service game. Diana Yastremska serve, Leyla Fernandez turn centre, Diana Yastremska with a forehand centre, and Leyla Fernandez then with a backhand to the right just hits the net, so 4-all on serve in the second set. Leyla Fernandez with a central serve on it, Diana Yastremska returns central on it, and Leyla Fernandez with shots to the right bit on it, and Diana Yastremska with a forehand return after that just hits the net, so 15-love. Leyla Fernandez with a wide serve, and Diana Yastremska strikes a backhand return to the left, just hits the net after a bit on that wide serve from Leyla Fernandez, so 30-love. Leyla Fernandez with a centre wide serve, Diana Yastremska turns, and Leyla Fernandez then strikes a forehand to the left with a bit on it. Then Diana Yastremska returns out with a backhand struck to the left with a bit on that, and it's a winner, so 30-15. Leda Fernandez with central serve, just hits the net, so second serve for Leda Fernandez on this point. Leda Fernandez with a centre of the box, Diana Yastremska backhand returns left, and Leda Fernandez shot a bit on it. Diana Yastremska 4-1 to right. Leda Fernandez turns, and Diana Yastremska backhand left, bit on it. Leda Fernandez turns, and Diana Yastremska then the forehand struck to the right with a bit on that, and it's a winner. So 30-all. So 30-all. Leda Fernandez serving. Leda Fernandez with a central serve on that. Diana Yastremska backhand turns central bit. Leda Fernandez strikes for one to left with a bit on it, but then Diana Yastremska then strikes a backhand to the right, to the left rather, on the next shot, and a winner with it. With a bit on that backhand struck to the left from Diana Yastremska, and a winner with that shot. And it's a break point for Diana Yastremska, 30-40. Leda Fernandez with a serve to the centre, just at its net. So second serve for Leda Fernandez on this point. Leda Fernandez with a centre box serve, backhand returns left from Diana Yastremska behind Leda Fernandez shot, and Diana Yastremska strikes front to right, bit on it. Leda Fernandez returns, and the shot is just over net, and then further forward. Diana Yastremska strikes a forehand to the left with a bit on it, and Leda Fernandez with a bit of backhand on it, but Diana Yastremska's forehand to the left, struck to the left with a bit on it, and Diana Yastremska with a break in the second set. And after this next change of ends is serving for the match. Diana Yastremska. Diana Yastremska. Diana Yastremska serving for the match, but Leda Fernandez just won a point, so love 15. Diana Yastremska with a wide serve behind it. Leda Fernandez for turn centre. And then Diana Yastremska strikes a backhand to the right, just out, so love 30. Diana Yastremska with a central serve, a bit on that. Leda Fernandez with a bit of forehand to ball, but a bit on that central serve from Diana Yastremska, so 15-30. Diana Yastremska with a wide serve just out, so second serve for Diana Yastremska on this point. Diana Yastremska with a central serve, and Leyla Fernandez backhand return to the centre, and Diana Yastremska forehand to left, and Leyla Fernandez strikes right to right, bit on it. Diana Yastremska returns, and Leyla Fernandez forehand to left, and Diana Yastremska forehand to centre, a bit on it, but just out, and 2 break points for Leyla Fernandez. Diana Yastremska with a central serve and a bit on that, but just out, so second serve for Diana Yastremska on this point. Diana Yastremska with a serve to the centre, and Leyla Fernandez with forehand return to the centre, a bit on it, and Diana Yastremska then strikes a forehand to the left with a bit on that, and Leyla Fernandez's forehand shot after that is out, so 30-40, so that's 1 break point saved for Diana Yastremska. Diana Yastremska with a serve wide, and Leyla Fernandez then strikes a forehand return to the left with a bit on it, and it's in, and it's a forehand return winner ace. So that's a break on return of serve for Leyla Fernandez, and it's 5-all on serve in the second set. Leyla Fernandez with centre serve. Diana Yastremska strikes a backhand return for a bit on it, and Leyla Fernandez shots left, and Diana Yastremska returns, but then Leyla Fernandez strikes a forehand to the left or a bit on it, and it's a winner. So 15-love. Leyla Fernandez with a central serve, bit on it, then Diana Yastremska strikes forehand, returns left on it. Leyla Fernandez turns, and Diana Yastremska strikes forehand to the right with a bit on it. Leyla Fernandez with a backhand slice return to the right, just out, so 15-all. After a forehand struck to the right with a bit on it from Diana Yastremska. Leyla Fernandez with a central serve. Diana Yastremska then strikes a backhand return to the right, but just out, so 30-15. Leyla Fernandez with a wide serve. Diana Yastremska returns, and Leyla Fernandez with a backhand to the right, and then Diana Yastremska with a shot to left, hits top net and just over the net and in for a winner, so 30-all. Leyla Fernandez with a serve, wide serve, a bit on it, and then Diana Yastremska with a forehand, bit of forehand on ball, but a bit on the wide serve from Leyla Fernandez, so 40-30. Leyla Fernandez with a Centre of the box, Burnett and Diana Yastremska's backhand return to the right is out. So 6-5, Leyla Fernandez on serve in the second set. So Diana Yastremska. So Diana Yastremska serving. And just 1 point, so 15 love. Diana Yastremska with a serve to the centre, Leyla Fernandez backhand turn to centre, and Diana Yastremska backhand centre, and Leyla Fernandez strikes one to right, Bennett. Diana Yastremska then the forehand return to right, and Leyla Fernandez with a shot to the left with a bit on it, just out, so 30 love. Diana Yastremska just 1 point, so 40 love. So maybe potentially a tie break in this second set, maybe. On serve in the second set, and 40 love on this Diana Yastremska service game. So maybe potentially a tie break in the second set. Diana Yastremska turns to right over, Leyla Fernandez strikes a forehand return to the left with a bit on it. Then Diana Yastremska strikes a backhand to the left just out. So 40-15. Diana Yastremska with a serve to the centre, just out. So second serve for Diana Yastremska on this point. Diana Yastremska with a serve. Ooh. Diana Yastremska with a serve to the centre box, and Leyla Fernandez strikes a forehand return to the left, just hits the net. So it's a second set tie break in this one. Leyla Fernandez with a serve to the centre on it. Diana Yastremska back up to the centre, and then Leyla Fernandez strikes a forehand to the left, just out. So 1-love Diana Yastremska in the tie break in the second set, and Diana Yastremska serving the next 2 points. Diana Yastremska with a serve to the centre of Billnet, Leila Fernandez back on 10 left, and Diane Yastremska strikes the back onto the right, hits the top of net and just over net and in for a winner. So 2-love Diane Yastremska in the tie-break in this second set. And Diane Yastremska serving the next point. And then Leila Fernandez serving the next 2 points after that. Diane Yastremska with a serve. Diane Yastremska with a serve to the centre. Leila Fernandez one block return to centre of Billnet. Diane Yastremska for on to right. Leila Fernandez strikes one to left. Billnet. Diane Yastremska back and return to the centre of Billnet. Leila Fernandez with a shot to the left, and Diane Yastremska returns it with a shot to the right, but just out. So 2-1 Diane Yastremska in the tie break, but Leila Fernandez serving the next 2 points. Leila Fernandez with a serve. Wide serve Billnet. Diane Yastremska backhand return, and then further forward, Leila Fernandez with a backhand slice to the right, and a bit on that. It's a backhand slice winner to the right from Leila Fernandez. So 2-2 in this tie break in the second set. Leila Fernandez with a wide serve Billnet, and then Diane Yastremska of a forehand return, just hits net. So 3-2 Leila Fernandez in the tie break in the second set. Diane Yastremska serving the next 2 points. Diane Yastremska with a wide serve Billnet. Leila Fernandez forehand block return to the left, just out. So 3-3 in the tie break after a bit on that wide serve from Diane Yastremska rather. Diane Yastremska with a central serve bit on it, just out. So second serve for Diane Yastremska on this point. Diane Yastremska with a centre wide serve. Leila Fernandez back up to herself, and Diane Yastremska strikes a forehand to the right with a bit on it, and then Leila Fernandez with a backhand block return to the right out after a bit on the forehand struck to the right from Diane Yastremska, and it's 4-3 Diane Yastremska in the tie break. Leila Fernandez serving the next 2 points. Leila Fernandez with a serve centre wide, and Diane Yastremska strikes a backhand to the right, a bit on the return, backhand to backhand, Diane Yastremska, then forehand, and Leila Fernandez backhand to the left, just hits the net. So 5-3 Diane Yastremska in the tie break. Leila Fernandez serving the next point, but then Diane Yastremska serving the next 2 points after that. 5-3 Diane Yastremska in the tie break. Leila Fernandez with a serve. Leila Fernandez with a serve. Centre to wide, and Diane Yastremska with a forehand struck to the left with a bit on that, and it's a forehand return winner ace. Struck on that return from Diana Yastremska for 3 match points. Diana Yastremska 6-3 in the tiebreak and serving the next point. What a strike on that return. 3 match points. Diana Yastremska and serving this next point. Diana Yastremska with a wide serve, hits the top of the net. That may be a let serve. Another 1 to 2 serves also on this point for Diana Yastremska. Diana Yastremska with a centre of the box serve just out. So this is second serve for Diana Yastremska on this point. Diana Yastremska with a serve to the centre of the box just hits the net. So 6-4 Diana Yastremska in the tiebreak. Diana Yastremska serving the next point. 6-4. Diana Yastremska on the tiebreak. 2 more match points. Diana Yastremska with a serve, wide serve just out. So second serve for Diana Yastremska on this point. And Diana Yastremska with a serve to the centre, a bit on it. Leda Fernandez for return to centre, and Diana Yastremska the shot centre, and Leda Fernandez backhand to left. Diana Yastremska forehand to the right, then backhand to backhand, and Diana Yastremska's backhand just hits the net. So 6-5 Diana Yastremska on the tiebreak. Match point Diana Yastremska, but Leda Fernandez serving the next 1 to 2 points. Leda Fernandez with a serve to the centre just hits the net. So second serve for Leda Fernandez on this point, and Leda Fernandez with a serve centre to wide. Diana Yastremska with a short angle backhand return struck to left but just out. So 6-all in the tiebreak, and Leda Fernandez saves 3 match points. So Leda Fernandez serving this point. Leda Fernandez with a centre of the box serve just hits the net. So second serve for Leda Fernandez on this point. Leda Fernandez with a serve. Leda Fernandez with a serve. Centrally in Diana Yastremska strikes a backhand turn to right bit. Then Leda Fernandez with a shot to the centre, building it, but just out. And it's a match point for Diana Yastremska, and serving the next point, Diana Yastremska. Diana Yastremska with a central serve, and then backhand to backhand. And then Leda Fernandez backhand to left, and Diana Yastremska strikes a backhand to left with a bill on it. Leda Fernandez turns in third forward. Diana Yastremska forehand struck centre bill on it. But Leda Fernandez with a backhand return just hits the net after a bill on the forehand struck to centre from Diana Yastremska. Game, set and match. Diana Yastremska 6-3, 7-6, and Diana Yastremska into the semi-finals of the Nottingham Open tournament, and in this match of 2 ball striking players, Diana Yastremska just maintains that bit more of a level to win by 2 sets to love v Leila Fernandez 6-3, 7-6. The next commentary match of these two, so the second of two live commentary Nottingham Open quarterfinals matches. The next match is Magda Linette v Clara Tauson. So second of two quarterfinal, well, two commentaries of two of the four quarterfinal Nottingham Open matches. Diana Yastremska just won in the first of the quarterfinals by 2 sets of the Leyla Fernandez 6-3, 7-6 to the semi-finals. And this is the second of two commentaries for two of the four Nottingham Open quarterfinal matches. And the second match, Magda Linette v Clara Tauson, the two players just having a pre-match hit just pre this one. So this one just started. Clara Tauson serving. The first 2 points just played, 15-all. Clara Tauson serving the first game of the match of this one. Clara Tauson with a central serve, and then Magda Linette backhand turn further. Clara Tauson strikes a backhand strike bit on it. Magda Linette returns, and Clara Tauson with a forehand to the left just hits the net, so 15-30. Clara Tauson with a wide serve, just hits the net, so second serve for Clara Tauson on this point. And Clara Tauson with a centre box serve. Magda Linette strikes backhand turn centre bit on it, and Clara Tauson strikes backhand try bit on it. Just out, so 15-40, and 2 break points for Magda Linette in the first game of the match. Clara Tauson with a serve, wide serve, bit on it. Magda Linette returns, and Clara Tauson forehand side shot to the right, and Magda Linette further forward strikes a backhand to the left, and it's a winner. So Magda Linette rather with a break in the first game of the match of this one. So Magda So Magda Linette serving, and Clara Tauson just won a point. Magda Linette serving with a breaker serve in the first set, and Magda Linette with a serve. So Magda Linette with a serve centre to wide, and Clara Tauson forehand return, structure right behind it. Magda Linette backhand return, and Clara Tauson strikes a forehand to the right, just hits the net. So a point for Magda Linette to potentially hold this service game and maybe maintain the break potentially in this first set. Magda Linette with a central serve and an ace for Magda Linette to hold serve and maintain the break in the first set. Clara Tauson serving next game. Clara Tauson central serve with a bit on it, and then Magda Linette with a bit of backhand on it, but a bit on the central serve from Clara Tauson. So 15 love. Clara Tauson with a wide serve just out. So second serve for Clara Tauson on this point. Clara Tauson with a serve to the centre just out. So 15 all. Clara Tauson serve, Magda Linette return, Bill on its centre, and Clara Tauson turns, Magda Linette backhand to the right, Clara Tauson turns, and Magda Linette then strikes one to left, Bill on it, Clara Tauson turns, and Magda Linette further forward strikes one to left, Clara Tauson turns. Magda Linette backhand to the centre, and Clara Tauson further forward strikes a forehand to the right, and it's a winner. So 30-15. Clara Tauson with a serve to the centre, just hits the net. So second serve for Clara Tauson on this point. Clara Tauson with a wide serve, and then Magda Linette with a backhand return to the centre just out. So 40-15. Clara Tauson with a wide serve. Another serve or two on this point for Clara Tauson. Clara Tauson with a serve to the centre of the box with a bit on it. And then Magda Linette with a forehand return to the left just out. So that service game is held. Magda Linette serving the next game after this change of ends. It's Magda Linette rather with a breaker serve in the first set. Magda Linette. Magda Linette serving with a break in the first set. Magda Linette with a central serve just out. So second serve for Magda Linette on this point. Magda Linette with a serve to the centre box. Clara Tauson backhand turns left, and Magda Linette and strikes a forehand to the left with a bit on it, and a winner with that. So 15 love. Magda Linette with a serve. Oh. Magda Linette with a serve wide. Clara Tauson backhand slice turns left, and Magda Linette further forward strikes a forehand to the right. Bend the net. Clara Tauson turns. But then Magda Linette and the net with a backhand volley to the right, and it's a winner. So 30 love. Magda Linette with a central serve built on it. Clara Tauson with backhand slice turns to left, but built on the central serve from Magda Linette. And the backhand slice return from Clara Tauson out, so 40 love. Magda Linette with a central serve built on it. Clara Tauson forehand block return to the right, and then Magda Linette rather strikes a backhand to the left out, so 40-15. Magda Linette with a wide serve, just hits the net, so second serve for Magda Linette on this point. Magda Linette with a serve to the centre, and then Clara Tauson strikes a backhand return to the right just out. So Magda Linette holds serve to maintain the break in the first set. Clara Tauson serving this next game in the first set. Clara Tauson with a wide serve on it. Magda Linette returns. Then Clara Tauson strikes a backhand to right on it. And Magda Linette with a backhand short angled return to the left, just out. So 15 love. 15 love rather. Clara Tauson with a serve, just hits the net. So second serve for Clara Tauson on this point. Clara Tauson with a short angle wide serve, just out. So 50-0. Clara Tauson with a wide serve. Magda Linette forehand returns centre, and Clara Tauson forehand to the right, and Magda Linette backhand slice left, and Clara Tauson strikes an angle backhand to right. Bionic Magda Linette returns, and a bit of a backhand drop shots left from Clara Tauson. Magda Linette onto it, strikes a shot to left, and then Clara Tauson with a backhand return to the centre, just out. So 15-30. Clara Tauson with a Clara Tauson with a wide serve, bit on that, and maybe just out that serve. So another serve also for Clara Tauson on this point. And Clara Tauson with a serve hits top of the net and then out. So 15-40 and 2 break points for Magda Linette for maybe potentially 2 breaks of serve in this first set. Clara Tauson with a central serve. Another serve or two. Another serve also for Clara Tauson on this point. Clara Tauson with a central serve. Magda Linette strikes a backhand, turns left on it. Clara Tauson backhand slice right, and Magda Linette then strikes an angle backhand left on it. Clara Tauson turns and backhand slice left with a bit on it for Magda Linette. Clara Tauson shot, but then Magda Linette with a backhand to the right with a bit on that, and it's a winner. So Magda Linette with 2 breaks in the first set. So Magda Linette. So Magda Linette serving with 2 breaks in the first set. Magda Linette with a serve to the centre of the and Clara Tauson backhand return to right Bennett, and Magda Linette was shot on Clara Tauson, and beforehand to right Bennett. And Magda Linette then with a forehand to the right, and then Clara Tauson backhand slice to the left just hits the net. So 15 love. Magda Linette with a central serve out, so second serve for Magda Linette on this point. Magda Linette with a serve to the central box, then Clara Tauson strikes a backhand return to the right bit on it. Magda Linette with forehand, Clara Tauson backhand right bit on it. And forehand, Clara Tauson's forehand struck to the right with a bit on it. And then Magda Linette with a forehand return to the right after that out, so 15 all. Magda Linette with a wide serve bit on it, Clara Tauson with a bit of forehand on it, but a bit on the wide serve from Magda Linette, so 30-15. Magda Linette with a serve to the centre, just hits the net. So second serve for Magda Linette on this point. Magda Linette with a serve. Magda Linette with a serve to the centre box, and Tauson then strikes a backhand to the right with a bit on that return, and it's a backhand return winner ace, so 30 all. Magda Linette with a wide serve just out, so second serve for Magda Linette on this point. Magda Linette with a serve to the centre, and Tauson strikes the backhand return to the right, a bit on it, and forehand to forehand. Magda Linette's forehand struck to the right with a bit on it and angled, and it's a winner, so 30-40, so a break point for potentially one break on return of serve for Clara Tauson, maybe potentially in this first set. Magda Linette with a centre of the box serve. Clara Tauson strikes back up turn centre, and Magda Linette strikes her forehand to the left with a bit on it and venting it, and Clara Tauson strikes her forehand, passing short angle return to the right, just out. So Magda Linette saves that break point. Magda Linette with a serve centre to wide, Clara Tauson forehand block return bit on it and backhand to backhand, and then Magda Linette backhand to the centre with a bit on it, and it's just out, so break point Clara Tauson. Magda Linette with a wide serve, a bit on it, Clara Tauson block turn, Magda Linette further forward, just by net strikes a forehand to the left, and it's a winner. So Magda Linette saves that break point. Magda Linette with a serve, a bit on it, Clara Tauson turns and further forward, Magda Linette strikes a backhand to the right, just out, so break point Clara Tauson. Magda Linette with a centre to wide serve, Clara Tauson turns centre, a bit on it, then Magda Linette with a forehand, just hits the net. So that's one breaker serve for Clara Tauson on return of serve. So it's the one break for Magda Linette in the first set of this one. Clara Tauson serving, and Clara Tauson with a serve to the centre, just hits the net. So second serve for Clara Tauson on this point. Clara Tauson with a central box serve, Magda Linette strikes a backhand centre right bit, and then Clara Tauson with a backhand to left after that, just out after a bit on the backhand struck to the right from Magda Linette. So love 15. Clara Tauson with a serve, just hits net, so second serve for Clara Tauson on this point. And Clara Tauson with a serve. Oh. Clara Tauson with a central serve, just hits the net, so love 30. Clara Tauson with a centre of the box serve, a bit on it, Magda Linette with forehand return, just over net, then Clara Tauson further forward, strikes a forehand to the left, and it's a winner, so 15-30. Clara Tauson with a centre of the box serve, just hits the net, so second serve for Clara Tauson on this point. Clara Tauson with a serve to centre to wide, then backhand to backhand, and then Magda Linette with a backhand centre, then forehand to forehand, then Clara Tauson backhand drop shot to the right, just hits the net, so 15-40 and 2 break points for Magda Linette on this Clara Tauson service game. Clara Tauson with a central serve, just hits the net, so second serve for Clara Tauson on this point. And Clara Tauson with a wide serve, just out, so it's 2 breaks for Magda Linette in the first set, and serving for the set after this next change of ends. So Magda Linette. So Magda Linette with 2 breaks in the first set and serving for the set. Magda Linette with a wide serve beyond it. Clara Tauson turns to centre. Magda Linette forehand to left beyond it. Clara Tauson backhand slice turns to left. And then Magda Linette strikes a forehand to the right with a bit on it. And then Clara Tauson with a bit of forehand on ball, but a bit on the forehand struck to the right from Magda Linette. So 15 love. Magda Linette with a serve with a short angle wide serve, maybe just out, another serve or so for Magda Linette on this point. And Magda Linette rather with a serve to the centre. Clara Tauson forehand turn centre. Magda Linette strikes a backhand to right beyond it. Clara Tauson backhand side turn to left beyond it. Magda Linette then strikes a forehand to the left with a bit on it, and it's a winner. So 30 love. Magda Linette with a serve. Oh, Magda Linette with a wide serve, a bit on it. Then Clara Tauson forehand return to the right out after a bit on the wide serve from Magda Linette. So 40 love and 3 set points for Magda Linette to potentially have this match at 1 set to love, maybe. Magda Linette with a central serve, a bit of slice on it, but maybe just out. So another serve or so for Magda Linette on this point. Magda Linette with a serve. Centre to wide and Clara Tauson strikes a backhand turns out from Magda Linette, then strikes a forehand to the left with a bit on that. And Clara Tauson's backhand shot to left after that is out after a bit on the forehand struck to the left from Magda Linette. And that's game and first set. Magda Linette 6-2. So the second set of this one about to start. Clara Tauson serving at the start of the second set. Clara Tauson with a centre of the box serve, and then backhand return from Magda Linette, and Clara Tauson for a backhand slice, and then to the net, and then Magda Linette with a backhand short angle passing shot to left, and it's a winner. So love 15. Clara Tauson serve, Magda Linette with return to centre building, and Clara Tauson forehand to the right and backhand, and Clara Tauson, and then Magda Linette rather with a forehand struck to the left after that, maybe just out, and it is, so 15 all. Clara Tauson central serve, just hits the net, so second serve for Clara Tauson on this point. Clara Tauson rather with a central box serve, and Magda Linette with backhand return, and forehand to forehand struck to the right with a bit on it for Magda Linette, and then Clara Tauson return shots to the left with a bit on it, and Magda Linette forehand to the left with a bit on it, Clara Tauson backhand to the left with a bit on it, and Magda Linette forehand return, Clara Tauson per forward strike, so backhand to the right with a bit on it, and it's a winner, so 30-15. Clara Tauson with a serve to the centre of the box. Magda Linette backhand returns right, and Clara Tauson further forward strikes a forehand to the right, just out, so 30 all. Clara Tauson with a centre of the box there. Magda Linette returns centre of building. Clara Tauson backhand to left and forehand. Then Magda Linette forehand slice turns to right, and Clara Tauson strikes a angled forehand to the left with a bit on it. And is it just in? Is it just out? It's just out, so it's just out, so 30-40 and a break point for Magda Linette in the first game of the second set. Clara Tauson with a central serve just hits the net, so second serve for Clara Tauson on this point. Clara Tauson with a Clara Tauson with a centre of the box serve just hits the net, so Magda Linette with a break at the start of the second set. So Magda Linette. So Magda Linette serving with a breaker serve in the second set. Magda Linette with a centre to wide serve. Clara Tauson strike serve. Forehand to the right, Magda Linette returns and backhand slice, and third forward, Clara Tauson backhand slice to the right, and into the net, Magda Linette with forehand return. And then Clara Tauson at the net with a backhand volley to the left from just by the net, and it's a winner. So love 15. Magda Linette with a serve to the centre, bit on it, Clara Tauson, bit of forehand on it, but a bit on the central serve for Magda Linette. So 15 all. Magda Linette with a wide serve just out, so second serve for Magda Linette on this point. Magda Linette with a serve to the centre of the box and forehand to forehand, and then Clara Tauson forehand to the left, and then Magda Linette backhand drop shot to the left. Clara Tauson onto it, at the net with a forehand slice shot to the right, and it's a winner. So 15-30. Well, bit of forehand ball strike, and a forehand drop shot to the left for Magda Linette, but Clara Tauson onto it, and then with a forehand slice shot to the right from just by the net, and a winner with it. So 15-30. Magda Linette with a centre of the box serve. It's the top of that and just out. So second serve for Magda Linette on this point. Magda Linette with a serve to the centre of the box, and Clara Tauson backhand turn, backhand to backhand, and Clara Tauson strikes a backhand to the right with a bit on it. Magda Linette forehand return to the right. And it's a winner, 30 all. Good forehand return shot to the right, that from Magda Linette. And a winner with it, 30 all after a Clara Tauson struck a backhand to the right with a bit on it, but then Magda Linette with a forehand return to the right and a winner with it. So 30 all. Magda Linette with a serve to the centre and Clara Tauson backhand return. But another 1 to 2 serves also for Magda Linette on this point. Magda Linette with a serve centre to wide, and Clara Tauson forehand return to the centre, struck with a bit on it, but just out. So 40-30. So a point for Magda Linette to potentially hold this service game and maybe maintain the break in the second set. Magda Linette with a serve, with a wide serve just out. So second serve for Magda Linette on this point. Magda Linette with a serve to the centre, and then a forehand return bit on it from Clara Tauson, struck to the right, but just out. So Magda Linette holds serve rather, and maintains the break in the second set. Clara Tauson service game. Clara Tauson with central serve, just hits the net. So second serve for Clara Tauson on this point. Clara Tauson with a serve to the centre, bit on it. Magda Linette backhand turn centre, and Clara Tauson with a shot with a bit on it, and then Magda Linette with a forehand turn to the left, just out. So 15 love. Clara Tauson with a wide serve a bit on it, and it's an ace, so 30 love. Clara Tauson with a central serve bit on it, and then backhand return from Magdalene, backhand slice, Clara Tauson, forehand struts left bit on it from Magdalene, Clara Tauson returns to the centre a bit on it, and Magdalene with a forehand to the right. Oh, the shot from Clara Tauson maybe just out. So the shot just out, so 30-15. So Magdalenette's point. Magdalenette's point. So 30-15. Clara Tauson with a Clara Tauson with a wide serve just out, so second serve for Clara Tauson on this point. And Clara Tauson with a wide serve, Magdalene backhand turns right, and Clara Tauson then strikes a backhand to the left, and it's a winner. So 40-15. Clara Tauson with a wide serve, Magdalene forehand turns left, and Clara Tauson forehand serve from Magdalene. Backhand slice turn, and Clara Tauson forward with a forehand volley to the right, but out, so 40-30. Clara Tauson with a central serve, just hits the net, so second serve for Clara Tauson on this point. Clara Tauson with a centre to wide serve and backhand from Magdalene and backhand slice with a bit on its right from Clara Tauson. Magdalene returns, and then a forehand to left from Clara Tauson is just out. Clara Tauson with a central serve bit on it. Magdalene backhand block return to the centre, and then Clara Tauson further forward with an overhead smash to the left, but it's just out, and it's a break point for Magdalene for maybe potentially 2 breaks in the second set. Clara Tauson with a wide serve, Magdalene returns, and forehand a bit on it with to the left from Magdalene is just out, so Clara Tauson saves that break point. Clara Tauson with a central serve, Magdalene backhand turn to centre, Clara Tauson front to the left, then backhand to backhand structure right with a bit on it from Clara Tauson, and Magdalene returns, and Clara Tauson with forehand to the right, and then to the net, but then Magdalene with a forehand passing shot to the left with Clara Tauson at the net, and it's a winner. Forehand passing shot winner to the left from Magdalene, and another break point for Magdalene on this Clara Tauson service game. Clara Tauson with a wide serve just out, so second serve for Clara Tauson on this point. Clara Tauson centre to wide serve, Magdalene returns a bit on it, and Clara Tauson strikes front to right bit, Magdalene returns, and Clara Tauson with a shot to the left further forward by net with a bit on it, then Magdalene with a backhand passing shot to the left just out, so Clara Tauson saves that break point. Clara Tauson with a wide serve just out, so second serve for Clara Tauson on this point. Clara Tauson with a serve centrally, then Magda Linette backhand returns to the centre and forehand, and then Clara Tauson strikes a forehand to the right with a bit on it, and then a bit of forehand and ball from Magda Linette, but Clara Tauson with a bit on that forehand struck to the right. Clara Tauson with a central serve, a bit on that, and a bit of forehand to ball from Magda Linette, and a bit on the central serve for Clara Tauson, and serve maybe just in, maybe just out, a bit on the central serve from Clara Tauson, so may have held that service game, Clara Tauson. Yep, so that service game is held. Magda Linette serving. Magda Linette serving. Clara Tauson just 1 point, love 15. Magda Linette with a serve centre of the box, a bit on it, backhand to backhand, and Clara Tauson strikes backhand to right, Bennett. Magda Linette returns with a backhand to the left, and Clara Tauson with a backhand to the left just out, so 15 all. Magda Linette with a serve to the centre, bit on it, Clara Tauson back on turns left, and Magda Linette strikes forehand to right, Bennett. Clara Tauson forehand slice turns left, and Magda Linette strikes forehand to left, and bit on it, Clara Tauson with a backhand shot return, but then Magda Linette to the net, and just by net with a forehand drive volley to the right, and it's a winner. So 30-15. Well, Magda Linette struck a forehand to the left with a bit on it, Clara Tauson back on lob return, and then at the net, Magda Linette with a forehand drive volley to the right, and a winner with it. So 30-15. Magda Linette with a wide serve, hits the net, so second serve for Magda Linette on this point. Magda Linette with a central serve, and then forehand to forehand, and Clara Tauson backhand just hits the net after a bit on the forehand stroke from Magda Linette, so 40-15. Magda Linette with a serve to the centre, just hits the net, so second serve for Magda Linette on this point. Magda Linette with a centre of the box serve, and then backhand return struck to the right from Clara Tauson with a bit on it, and a backhand return with a race struck, so 40-30. Magda Linette with a serve to the centre, but Clara Tauson forehand block return to the right, and Magda Linette strikes a backhand to left behind it. Clara Tauson backhand slice to Magda Linette, then strikes a backhand to right behind it. Clara Tauson forehand return to left, and Magda Linette strikes a forehand to left with a bit on it, but just out. Magda Linette with a central serve just out, so second serve for Magda Linette on this point. Magda Linette with a serve to the centre of the box, and Clara Tauson strikes a forehand return to the centre with a bit on it, and then Magda Linette with a forehand to the left just hits the net after a bit on the forehand return struck from Clara Tauson, so break point for Clara Tauson on this Magda Linette service game to potentially maybe have the second set on serve maybe. Magda Linette with a central serve, and it's just out, so second serve for Magda Linette on this point. Magda Linette with a centre of the box serve, and Clara Tauson strikes a backhand return to the left with a bit on it, and Magda Linette with a forehand return, but just hits the net, so Clara Tauson with a break in the second set, and it's 2-2 on serve in the second set. Clara Tauson serving on serve in the second set. Clara Tauson will serve, Magda Linette return. Clara Tauson strikes a backhand to right, bit on it. Magda Linette backhand return. Clara Tauson then strikes a backhand to left with a bit on it, and forehand. Then Magda Linette then strikes a forehand to the left, just hits the net. So 15 love. Clara Tauson with a central serve, then forehand return centre, a bit on it from Magda Linette. Forehand. And forehand left bit on from Magda Linette, and backhand bit on it from Clara Tauson. Magda Linette returns and third forward. Clara Tauson forehand left, Magda Linette returns a bit on it. Backhand to backhand, and Clara Tauson strikes a backhand to the left with a bit on it, but just out, so 15-all. Clara Tauson with a central serve, just hits net. So second serve for Clara Tauson on this point. Clara Tauson with a central of the box serve on it. Magda Linette for one block, return to the central of it. Clara Tauson strikes one to the left with a bit on it. And then Magda Linette with a bit of a forehand return, but a bit on the forehand struck from Clara Tauson. So 30-15. So Clara Tauson with a wide serve, and it's an ace. So 40-15. Third ace of the match from serves for Clara Tauson, one for Magda Linette in this match. Clara Tauson serving. Clara Tauson central serve on it. Magda Linette returns, and Clara Tauson then strikes a forehand to the left, but just hits the net. So 40-30. Clara Tauson with a wide serve just out, so second serve for Clara Tauson on this point. Clara Tauson with a central box serve, and then backhand to backhand, then Magda Linette forehand to centre, and Clara Tauson forehand to the right, and then backhand serve for Magda Linette, backhand slice centre to the right from Clara Tauson, and then Magda Linette strikes a backhand to the left, just hits the net. So on serve in the second set. Magda. So on serve in the second set, Magda Linette serving. Magda Linette with a serve, maybe just out that. Another serve also on this point from Magda Linette. Magda Linette with a serve to the centre of the box, and then a return with a bit on it, with a backhand to the centre from Clara Tauson. Magda Linette with a backhand return just hits the net after a backhand with a bit on it on that return from Clara Tauson. So love 15. Magda Linette with a wide serve just out, so second serve for Magda Linette on this point. Magda Linette with a wide serve. Clara Tauson strikes a backhand return to the right with a bit on it, and Magda Linette with a forehand slice return to the left after that, just out. After a bit on the backhand, struck to the right. returns from Clara Tauson off a Magda Linette serve, so love 30. Magda Linette with a central serve. Clara Tauson backhand block return, and third for Magda Linette with a backhand drop shot to left, but just hits the net. So 3 break points for Clara Tauson to potentially be with a break in the second set. Magda Linette with a serve, wide serve. Clara Tauson backhand block turn, just so Magda Linette third full strikes a backhand to left and then to the net. And then Clara Tauson strikes a forehand short angle passing shot to the right, just out. So 15-40. Magda Linette with a central serve just out, so second serve for Magda Linette on this point. Magda Linette with a serve. It's a wide serve and it's out. And Clara Tauson with a break in the second set. Clara Tauson with a break in the second set and serving this next game. Clara Tauson with a central serve on that. Magda Linette backhand return centre. Clara Tauson strikes one to the right on it. Magda Linette forehand return to the right, and then Clara Tauson backhand slice to the left just hits the net. So love 15. Clara Tauson with a serve to the centre with a bit on it, but another serve or two for Clara Tauson on this point. Clara Tauson with a wide serve beyond it. Magda Linette backhand return centre. Then Clara Tauson then strikes forehand to left beyond it. Magda Linette returns. And then further forward, Clara Tauson strikes a forehand to the left and it's a winner. So 15-all. Clara Tauson with a central serve beyond it. Magda Linette backhand return further forward. Clara Tauson then strikes a forehand to the left and it's just out. So 15-30. Clara Tauson with a central serve beyond it. Magda Linette forehand return centre. Clara Tauson back and drop shots right, but Magda Linette onto it. Strikes a forehand to the left, but just hits the net. So 30-all. Clara Tauson with a serve, just hits the net. So second serve on this point for Clara Tauson. Clara Tauson with a central serve in it. Magda Linette backhand return centre. Clara Tauson strikes a forehand to the left on it. Magda Linette returns. And Clara Tauson further forward strikes a forehand to the left with a bit on it. And Magdalene with a bit of backhand to ball, but a bit on the forehand, structure left further forward from Clara Tauson. It's 40-30, and a point potentially for Magdalene to maybe hold serve and maintain the break in the second set. Clara Tauson with a serve, wide serve, with a bit on it, and Magdalene with a backhand return to the right just out. So that service game is held, and Clara Tauson maintains the break in the second set. So in Magdalene serving the next game in this one. Clara Tauson with a break in the second set. Magdalene with a wide serve. Clara Tauson strikes for a return to the left just out, so 15 love. Magdalene with a wide serve, just hits the net, so second serve for Magdalene on this point. Magdalene with a serve to the central bit on it. Clara Tauson for a return to the right just out after a bit on the central serve for Magdalene. So 30 love. Magdalene with a central serve just out, so second serve for Magdalene on this point. Magdalene with a serve wide serve with a bit on it, and Clara Tauson strikes one, return to the right just out, so 40 love. Magdalene with a serve, wide serve, but then another 1 to 2 serves or so for Magdalene on this point. Magdalene with a serve to, it's a wide serve, Clara Tauson return shot, and then Magdalene strikes a forehand to the left, just out, so 40-15. Magdalene with a Central serve just out, so second serve for Magda Linette on this point. Magda Linette with a serve to the centre box. Clara Tauson from turns to centre and then backhand to backhand. And Magda Linette backhand to the left, just out, so 40-30. Magda Linette with a serve to the centre of Burnett. Clara Tauson from turns to centre. Magda Linette backhand to the centre. And then forehand to forehand, and Magda Linette's forehand to the left is out, so Clara Tauson's point. Magda Linette with a central serve, Bennett, Clara Tauson, return Bennett, Magda Linette with a shot, and Clara Tauson forehand shot just hits the net. So a point for Magda Linette to potentially hold this service game. Magda Linette with a wide serve just out, so second serve for Magda Linette on this point. Magda Linette with a wide serve, and Clara Tauson returns to the centre, and then Magda Linette strikes a forehand to the right, and it's a winner. So that service game is held. Clara Tauson serving for the set with a break in this second set. Clara Tauson with a serve centre to wide. Magda Linette strikes a forehand return to left, hits top net and just over net and in for a winner. So love 15. Clara Tauson with a centre to wide serve just out, so second serve for Clara Tauson on this point. Clara Tauson with a centre to wide serve just out, so love 30. Clara Tauson with central serve, hit the top of the net, maybe just in, maybe just out, but another 1 to 2 serves also at this point for Clara Tauson. Clara Tauson with a centre box serve, Magda Linette backhand turn to centre, a bit on it, then Clara Tauson forehand to left just hits the net. After a bit on the backhand return to centre for Magda Linette, and it's 40 and 3 break points for Magda Linette to potentially have the second set on serve. So Clara Tauson with a central serve, Magda Linette forehand return to central, Burnett, Clara Tauson forehand to left, and Magda Linette with their forehand to the right, return with a bit on it, and Clara Tauson forehand to the right, just out. The forehand to the right is out from Clara Tauson after a bit on the forehand return shot to the right from Magda Linette. And Magda Linette with a breaker serve on that Clara Tauson service game, and it's on serve in the second set. So Magda Linette serving this next game. On serve in the second set, Magda Linette with a central serve bit on it, Clara Tauson with a bit of backhand on it, but a bit on the central serve from Magda Linette. So 15 love. Magda Linette with a central serve. Magda Linette with a centre of the box serve, and then forehand to forehand, then Clara Tauson forehand to the left, just out. So 30 love. Magda Linette with a wide serve Bennett, Clara Tauson forehand block return to right Bennett, Magda Linette strikes forehand to right Bennett, Clara Tauson backhand slice turn to left, and Magda Linette forehand left, and Clara Tauson strikes forehand to left, and Magda Linette then backhand to right Bennett, Clara Tauson backhand return, Magda Linette further forward to net with a forehand drive volley to the right, and then Clara Tauson returns, and Magda Linette at the net with a backhand drop volley to the left, and it's just out. So 30-15. So 40-15 on this Magda Linette service game. Magda Linette with a serve to a centre just at the net. So second serve for Magda Linette on this point. Magda Linette with a serve to the centre of the box just out. So 40-30. Magda Linette with a central serve out, so second serve for Magda Linette on this point. Magda Linette with a serve. Wide serve, Clara Tauson, backhand block return to left, and Magda Linette strikes back and try beyond it. Clara Tauson returns, and Magda Linette further forward strikes one left beyond it. Clara Tauson, Magda Linette with forehand to the right from Linette, but then Clara Tauson strikes a backhand passing shot to the left, and it's a winner. Backhand passing shot, return winner of that from Clara Tauson. Magda Linette with a serve, so just hits the net. So second serve for Magda Linette on this point. Magda Linette with a wide serve. Clara Tauson strikes forehand, returns central beyond it. Magda Linette strikes forehand to the right a bit on it. Clara Tauson with love return. Further forward by the net. Magda Linette with a forehand drive volley to the left, and it's a winner. Potentially a point for Magda Linette to hold this service game, maybe. Magda Linette with a serve. Wide serve, Bernard Clara Tauson. Backhand slice return. And Magda Linette further forward with a forehand struck to the left with a bit on it, and it's a winner. So 5-all on serve in the second set. Clara Tauson serving. 5-all on serve in the second set. Clara Tauson with a central serve, just hits the net. So second serve for Clara Tauson on this point. Clara Tauson with a central serve beyond it, Magda Linette backhand turn centre beyond it, and Clara Tauson with a forehand just hits the net. So love 15. Clara Tauson with a central serve. Just out, so second serve for Clara Tauson on this point. Clara Tauson with a point playing, and Clara Tauson strikes forehand to the right beyond it. Magda Linette forehand slice turns to the left, and Clara Tauson further forward by the net with a forehand slice to the left, but just hits the net. So love 30. Clara Tauson with a central serve beyond that. Magda Linette with a backhand return. There's a serve or two just after that for Clara Tauson. Clara Tauson with a wide serve just out, so second serve for Clara Tauson on this point. Clara Tauson with a central serve just out, and it's love 40 and 3 break points for Magda Linette. Clara Tauson with a centre wide serve and then backhand serve for Magda Linette to the right, and Clara Tauson backhand drop shots there. Magda Linette onto it, but then Clara Tauson with a forehand passing shot to the right of Magda Linette, and it's a winner. So forehand passing shot, winner to the right from Clara Tauson, so 15-40. Clara Tauson with a wide serve, Magda Linette forehand turns to centre, forehand, but Clara Tauson's forehand to the right is just out, and Magda Linette with the break in the second set. And is serving for the match after this change of ends. So 6-5 Magda Linette second set with a break and serving for the match. Magda Linette with a serve centrally, just hits the net, so second serve for Magda Linette on this point. Magda Linette with a serve to the centre of the box, a bit out. Clara Tauson back on centre of it, and Magda Linette strikes one to left for a bit out. Clara Tauson and back on side centre of it for Magda Linette. Clara Tauson front to right, Magda Linette back on to the right, struck with a bit on it, and then Clara Tauson with a forehand return to the left, just out, so 15 love. Magda Linette with a central serve a bit on it. Clara Tauson forehand block return. Maybe just out the serve, but another serve save for Magda Linette on this point. Magda Linette with a serve to the centre box. Clara Tauson strikes backhand turn to the left and forehand, and Magda Linette with backhand to the centre, and then Clara Tauson with forehand to the left just hits the net, so 30 love. Magda Linette with a serve to the centre, a bit on it, just out, so second serve for Magda Linette on this point. And Magda Linette with a serve. Magda Linette just won a point, so 40 love, and it's 3 match points for Magda Linette to potentially win this match by 2 sets to love. 3 match points, Magda Linette, 40 love. Magda Linette, rather, with a serve to the centre of Bionic Cloud House, fine block turn centre, Magda Linette, then strikes a forehand to left with a bit on it, and it's a game set and match. Magda Linette by 2 sets to love. Magda Linette maintains the level to win this match by 2 sets to love, 6-2, 7-5. And after 2 of the Nottingham Open quarter-final matches, it's a semi-final in this tournament tomorrow of Diana Yastremska v Magda Linette, after Diana Yastremska won by 2 sets to love v Leylah Fernandez 6-3, 7-6, and Magda Linette has just won v Clara Tauson 6-2, 7-5.